Anna lived alone in a small apartment on the outskirts of the city. One rainy morning, she found a yellowed envelope slipped under her door. No stamp, no sender, just her name written in shaky handwriting. Inside was a single ancient key, heavy, rusted, and a short note that read, "You must come back. The house remembers you." Her blood ran cold. That key. She hadn't seen it since the night her childhood home burned down 20 years ago. That night, she couldn't sleep. Every time she closed her eyes, she heard soft whispers, her name, repeated over and over. Anna, come home. The next day, Anna drove for hours through endless fog. The road led her deep into the countryside, to a village that no longer appeared on maps. When she finally stopped, the ruins of her old home stood before her, half collapsed, blackened by smoke, yet strangely untouched by time. The air was still, no birds, no wind. And yet, as she stepped closer, she felt a pulse, faint, rhythmic, as if the house itself was breathing. The front door was still there, the same heavy oak, charred but whole. Anna hesitated, then fit the key into the lock. It clicked perfectly. Before she could even push, the door creaked open on its own, releasing a wave of cold air that smelled of smoke and wet earth. Inside, everything was silent. Dust hung in the air like ash suspended in time. Somewhere deeper in the house, something moved, slow and deliberate, like someone dragging their hand along the wall. Her old bedroom was surprisingly intact. The wallpaper, faded stars and moons, still clung to the walls. Her tiny wooden bed leaned against the same window. On the floor, she noticed a small shoe, hers. Then, faintly, a child's laughter echoed through the hallway. Anna turned sharply. "Hello?" No answer. But on the dusty mirror by her bed, a message slowly appeared, traced by invisible fingers. "Welcome home." The deeper she went, the more the house seemed alive. The floorboards groaned beneath her steps. Whispers came from behind the cracked plaster, dozens of overlapping voices murmuring her name. She pressed her ear to the wall. It was warm. Then, from inside, something knocked. 3 slow taps, as if something was trying to get out. She stumbled backward, breathing hard. The whispering grew louder, almost frantic. "Don't leave us again." In what was once the living room, she found it, her old doll, half burned but intact. Its porcelain face was cracked, yet the glass eyes shone with an eerie light. Anna picked it up, trembling. The doll's mouth opened, not wide, just enough to whisper in a dry, rasping voice. "He never left Anna." Then it fell silent, but the air around her began to pulse, slow, steady, like a heartbeat. The house was alive and it knew her name. In the corridor, a tall mirror leaned against the wall. It was covered in soot. She wiped the surface clean and gasped. Her reflection was not her. It was her younger self, maybe 7 years old, standing in a white nightdress, eyes full of tears. The reflection spoke, though Anna's lips did not move. "You left me when the fire came." Then, in the reflection, fire began to spread around the child, flames consuming everything, while the real room remained dark and cold. Memories came flooding back, screams, smoke, her mother's voice shouting her name. But there had been someone else that night, a man in black gloves, striking a match, whispering something into the flames. Anna realized it now. The fire wasn't an accident. It was meant to erase them. And somehow, he was still here. A shadow moved at the end of the hall, tall, human, but its outline shimmered, flickering like heat. Then, in a deep whisper that filled the entire house, "You shouldn't have come back." Suddenly, the floorboards split open. Fire erupted. Not normal fire, but cold, bluish, and silent. Anna ran toward the door, but every exit had vanished. The windows were now walls. The whispers turned to screams, begging her to stay. In the center of the burning room, the mirror stood again. But this time, the girl inside was reaching out her hand. Anna hesitated only a moment, then took it. The fire swallowed them both. At dawn, the villagers saw the ruins smoking once again. When the firemen arrived, they found no bodies, only that same iron key, lying in the ashes, warm to the touch. Weeks later, a new house appeared on the same land, freshly painted, lights glowing inside, though no one had moved in. And at night, if you listen closely, you can still hear the walls whisper, "Welcome home, Anna."